Hello everybody, hope everybody's doing great today, and today we're going to be talking about the show Alchemy of Souls on Netflix. I would say I did enjoy these last two episodes, 13 and 14, a lot more than some of the other ones. I feel like this is more what I was looking for when this series started. In the past, if you've seen any of my past videos, I've kind of complained that it talked too much about the romance side, but I like these two episodes because it focused more on like the training and the plot, what's going on, and the romance angle side stories were kind of like third, fourth tier of these two episodes, is what I like in these kind of shows. I don't mind romance in my action adventure, fantasy shows, but I don't want it to be like the top tier storyline. And in these last two episodes, it was properly handled. I feel still got across, the emotions between the characters and their romantic links and stuff. So we did get some more training. We see picked up right where it left off in episode 12. They're kind of trapped and they need a way out. And we see that we get a big old lightning strike to kind of help them escape, and we see that more of the Crown Prince in this. I don't think the Crown Prince, I said this before, I don't think the Crown Prince is an evil guy. I think he's egotistic, but I don't think he's evil. So I don't think he's going to be the main villain in this show. I could be wrong. We still got supposedly 6 more episodes left. I say supposedly because episodes 15 and 16 have a date on Netflix, but after that, there's no date on when episodes 17 through 20 are going to be coming out. So that kind of makes me wonder what's really going on there. I don't see how. I guess it's possible for me in it in the next 2 episodes, but it'd be kind of rushed. So I still think this is going to be 20 episodes. I just wonder why they don't have the date of when those other episodes will be released. So that's kind of mind-boggling to me. Anyways, going back to the Crown Prince, I don't think he's an evil guy, and I don't think he's going to be the main villain. I think in the end he'll be fighting on the side of Jung-Uk, and those people, the good people. So clearly the main villain is, the Queen and her assistant, the Jin guy. I can't remember his name. If I did, I wouldn't be able to pronounce it. But you guys, if you've been watching this, you know what I'm talking about. The stand-in leader of the sorcerers in the capital type of thing. But he is egotistical. I keep on just waiting for him just to make Muduok his concubine, but I don't think that's going to happen. Just because of the storyline and stuff. If this was like 50 episodes, I could see it happening, but not when it's only 20 episodes. Anyway, so we see Ook gonna go to more training as he's trying to level up, learn, I believe it's Chasu, if you pronounce it right. And so, and to be able to do that, he goes fishing. He wasn't really big on the idea of going fishing, but once Muduok convinces him to do it, kind of nudges him along, he actually goes fishing, and he learns this next power, and he thinks it's going to be the edge. And I like the fact, this is spoilers by the way, I like the fact that he actually loses the duel that he has. Too many times you just see like the hero always win, and it's good to see that him to lose. For the hero to lose, I think it brings more mystery to the storyline. Like, oh man, where's this going to go now? Going back in time, one of my biggest complaints from Star Wars, the Phantom Menace, is when they have the pod racing scene with Anakin. I was like, there's no way they're going to have him lose that, because if he loses, he can't get out. So they, he was going to win. It was very predictable what was going to go happen. But in this one, having him lose, it makes everything more unpredictable. It's like, oh, where are they going to go with the story now? Which I thought was very interesting. So I'm trying to figure out, what's going to go on with, now that Muduok is no longer Ook's maid. where they're gonna go along with this storyline. It's clear that the other young master still is in love with her. I don't think she has feelings for him anymore, but he's clearly still in love with her, and he's wanting to take her away. He's also hell-bent on not letting her and Ook get the ice stone thing so she can be eternal. He thinks that's a very bad idea, which kind of brings up the idea of what I still am flabbergasted and confused, not confused, but wondering how this is going to end with Naksu and Moduok, because you got this two souls in the same body. Is Naksu just gonna, is one of them gonna die, like, or spiritually die, or is there some way that you can create a new body, like resurrect or reincarnate her body that's been burned up? So I'm kind of interested where that's going to go on episode 20. I don't think people realize that, they definitely don't realize that Muduok's soul is still in her body, or they still don't know like Nasu is Muduok, which kind of goes into the cliffhanger, which I'll get here in a minute. Another aspect was we finally get like a funeral thing held for Naksu and her father. But the interesting part of this is that they didn't do it for the mother. So since, you know, it's probably, you get 2 episodes, so it's been 7 weeks since this started, and I can't remember if her mother was killed by her father or not. If she was, it would have meant that they probably already did her funeral service back in the day when it first happened. But it was interesting that they only did it for her and her father and not for her mother. So it brings up the question, is her mother still alive? And if so, who is she? And is she actually an important character to bring up? A lot of times you watch these dramas, you know, they don't really bring up characters. One in particular I remember is Touch Your Heart. I haven't talked about it yet, but I plan on doing a video on it sometime. Is that you had this actress who went through all this horrible stuff, but it never brought her parents, you know, what her parents did during that time to help her and stuff. So, because they weren't important to the story we're telling. So I wonder if her mother is just not important to the story enough for him to explain who she is. But like I said, they might have brought it up earlier in the season, so somebody's remember, please leave a comment below if she actually died when he first, you know, when the father first went crazy and started killing everybody in the village, in his little household. That might have been what happened, or she might still be out there walking around. If she is she an important enough character to bring up? And because they don't really talk about Naksu's mother at all, it's all about the father. So I'm just assuming that either she died back in the day, or she's probably not important enough to bring back to mention. Though, you know, it could be next 4 episodes we could see. It would be interesting if she was the queen, if she's the queen, the person that took over the queen's body. That would be a pretty cool twist of events. Which I would think that would be awesome if she's actually the queen's, she's actually the queen, her soul's in the queen's body. And then she's trying to think of what else I found cool. So it looks like I was kind of wondering how they was going to use the the woman who's a con artist. Sorry, just because she was blind and stuff, she wouldn't be able to open up the gates to where all the mystery instruments and tools of sorcerers are, you know, from the Jinn family. So I was kind of wondering how they was going to go with that. So it looks like they're just going to use the blood of the younger daughter and put it into her. Which brings up the question, why didn't the father just do that in the first place? I mean, gee, many Christmases. You've been looking for this daughter for like, what, 10, 15 years, I think, something like that. And I don't know. And he doesn't seem like he's a good guy at all. Or maybe he's just very desperate. He's probably just married into the family because they were prominent. I don't really understand, actually, that the Jinn family dynamics. Like, why would the mom marry a guy like him? I might have explained it before, but it just doesn't make any sense. Especially if he's from a family of nobodies and she's from a prominent family, kind of thing. And so the episode 14 ends on a pretty cool cliffhanger. I think the leader of the Songrum, he's catching on more to who Modek really is. He actually did some investigation, and I think he really knows who she is. But I think he thinks she's Naksu, but I think he's starting to believe that Naksu is actually a bad person, or at least he's going to pretend to be at the very least. He's still my least favorite character, is the leader of the Solgrim. If Mid-Servant Kim ends with somebody, I want her to end with the Hemp, or the Hemp Master. I'm going to call him the Hemp Master, or the Chastity Master guy. It's like him better, though he's a lot older than her. And so episode 14 ended, I forgot about that, ended really cool. So we find out that the Hemp Master guy is actually a soul shifter guy. So that probably means he's at the highest level, because when you're at the highest level, you can soul shift and not have to worry about becoming crazed and wild type of person. And then when you got when you master, I forget you master a certain level of sorcery, you can just soul shift and you don't have to worry about turning into stone. And so he's about to reveal everything. So it could possibly end in 2 episodes, because he's about to reveal who the queen is and such, unless there's something that prevents him from doing it. And then you got Modak, whose cover almost was blown, and she was trying to figure out who this other girl is who knew her. And then it turns out that guy got silenced from the bad guys, but she got caught in the same room, and the leader of the Songram's gonna basically said that she was the murderer. And so I think he's gonna believe that she's Naksu and still really evil. So we'll see what's going on. So I'm really excited for the Saturday and Sunday's episodes. The show is getting better. There for a while, I was kind of disappointed, like I said, because it focused too much on the romantic stuff. But now it's getting to the points where what I really like about these fantasy shows. So we'll see. I don't think it'll end. It's supposed to be 20 episodes. The only reason I'm saying it might end in 2 episodes, because, like I said, there's no dates after episode 12. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please hit a like button. And thank you for staying here for 12 minutes and 30 seconds of their day, listening to somebody ramble on. Have a great day, and bye.